All right, today we're going to look at a tool that could seriously change how you find issues in your code. I'm talking about shifting that feedback loop from hours or even days down to just a few seconds. It's called Code Scanner, and it's basically your own personal AI assistant that checks your work before you even hit commit.
But first, why does a tool like this even need to exist? Well, it all boils down to one thing: the incredibly high cost of getting feedback way too late in the game.
I mean, just think about it for a second. We've all been there, right? You write some code, you're feeling pretty good about it, you commit, you push, and then you wait. You're waiting for the CI build to pass, you're waiting for a coworker to finally get to your pull requests, and that delay, that's where so much time just vanishes.
And when that feedback finally does roll in, maybe it's an hour later, maybe it's the next day, it's a huge pain. A failed build completely breaks your flow. A comment on a PR makes you have to switch context entirely, trying to remember what on earth you were thinking when you wrote that line of code. It's just expensive, it's disruptive, and it absolutely kills your focus.
And that is exactly the problem Code Scanner is built to solve. It's a whole new way of thinking, getting that crucial feedback before your code ever gets locked into a git commit.
So what is it really? Well, the definition is pretty simple and spot on. It's an AI-driven code scanner made for finding issues in your uncommitted changes. The magic words there are AI-driven and, of course, uncommitted.
Now, I want to be super clear here. This is not just another linter that's going to yell at you about spacing. No way. This is a proactive assistant that uses a large language model, yep, the same kind of AI that powers stuff like ChatGPT, to actually understand the logic and the intent of what you're writing. So you get much deeper feedback, and you get it instantly, right on your own machine.
So how does it actually pull this off without slowing you down or, sending all your code out onto the internet? Let's peek under the hood. It's actually a really smart, transparent process.
Okay, so it works in 4 main steps. First, it just sits there and watches your Git repo for any changes you haven't committed yet. Super simple. Second, it reads the files that have changed, and it's smart enough to ignore things like images or other binary files. Third, and this part is really clever, it groups your changes into smart batches. This gives the AI enough context to understand what's going on without totally overwhelming it. And finally, it sends those batches to your local, large language model to be analyzed.
And that last step, querying your local LLM, that is where the real magic happens. This one design choice solves some of the biggest headaches developers have with AI tools today.
This right here is the headline. This is the most important thing to remember, because the AI is running on your computer, your code, your company's secret sauce, your half-baked ideas. All of it stays completely private. Nothing ever gets sent to a third-party server, ever.
And when you put it side by side with cloud tools, the difference is just night and day. Cloud scanners send your code away, they can have surprise API costs, and you have to be online. Code Scanner flips that script entirely. Your code stays with you, it runs on amazing and free local models, and you can use it on a plane, in a basement, wherever. It works completely offline.
And chances are it integrates with tools you might already be playing with. It has support baked right in for popular local LLM servers like Ollama and LM Studio. So if you're already running local AI, getting started is going to be a piece of cake.
Okay, so a private, powerful, offline AI code reviewer sounds pretty awesome. But you're probably wondering, is it a huge pain to set up? And the answer is not at all. Let's walk through the 2 super simple steps to get this thing running.
Step 1 is just creating a tiny configuration file. Its only job is to tell the code scanner where to find your LLM server that's running locally. So for example, if you're using LM Studio, this is literally all you need. 4 lines. You just tell it the backend, the host, and the port. That's your entire configuration. Pretty easy, right? So once you have that little config file saved in your project, you are ready for the final step. You just pop open your terminal and run this one command. That's it. It kicks off the process, which then just runs quietly in the background, watching for your changes and giving you feedback as you go. It's really that simple.
So, if you are sick and tired of waiting around for feedback, and you want to catch bugs earlier, all while keeping your code 100% private, well, I think you know what to do next.
This tool is all about giving you back control. You control the feedback loop, making it instant. You find issues when they're cheap and easy to fix. You get to stay focused and in the zone. And most importantly, you control your code's privacy.
It's open source, it's free, and it's available right now on GitHub. So head on over to github.com/ubego/code-scanner. You can check out the source code and follow those simple setup steps we just talked about. And I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on.
We're stepping into this new world where AI can really be a creative partner. So what does that mean for your workflow? What happens when your very first draft, your most out there idea, gets an instant, private, and insightful review from an AI, helping you shape it long before anyone else even sees it? Pretty cool to think about.